Your daily objective is at the end of today's lesson, you will be able to compare the themes of the two poems we've been studying, develop claims, and cite evidence to support your claims. We've done EBCs numerous times, so you should be familiar with this. Do the authors have different or similar feelings is what we're going for, so look for what their feelings are so we can discuss both of them.
When they were in pairs, they really worked off of each other, and they asked each other questions, and they built their claims together really well. They look for answers. They look for key ideas. They never used to look at anything before. It was just simply, ask me a question, let me say yes or no. So when we do any text-based evidence, I like to keep them in the pairs, because if one is stuck, the other one can ask a question that prompts them, and that's what we try to do. I tell them, if your partner is stuck or is just letting you do all the work, ask them, so what do you think?
You can put down Jeff.
All right, then.
Is not an option.
This is not an option, but it's hard to face.
Yeah.
But
To face.
to face. There we go. You got it.
I'm trying to teach them to use evidence to back up their claims, because in the real world, you can't just say, because I said so. You have to have something to prove it, whether it's research or evidence of any kind.
So some of the evidence about how the author thinks about death or feels about death is that death couldn't stop for her, but it caught back up with her.
And that it had stopped for her and picked her up.
And she didn't know it was going to happen. And then in this one, the fawn didn't know it was going to happen either, because the fawn wasn't outside of the deer, of the doe. So one of the supporting evidence could be that death could catch you by surprise.
Carriage held, but just ourselves and immortality. She's pretty much saying that she's pretty much dying and she wasn't ready for it.
Like it was a surprise to her.
Pretty much. And I said the carriage held, but just ourselves and immortality. So immortality is kind of like living forever. So it was her death and immortality. So
Basically, it's the same thing.
eternity, yeah.
That's not an option, but it is a fear still to face, and she decided to accept that it's a fear, being scared at the same time. And
And where? Where does it show us that? And give me evidence.
well, she thought hard, like for us all. My only swerving then pushed her over the edge, which was in stanza 5.
What else do you see in there, in either of them, that shows surprise?
How the fawn was just in the mother's belly. She didn't know that.
So
She was surprised how that happened.
is the fawn the one that's surprised then because it's still alive? Do you think that anyone else could have been surprised?
The guy is.
Where's the mercy? Because that's what it is. Death is merciful.
Because it's never to be born. No, I don't.
No, you're fine. Keep talking. Keep thinking. Don't give up just because I'm asking. I'm asking to have you explain to me why.
But like, never to be born, like, it's not her decision though.
Okay, read the next line.
Beside the mountainside road, I hesitated.
Would there be any mercy in that line?
Kind of, because he's hesitating on taking the life of a fawn or not.
So he's at least thinking about it, right? So that might show a little bit of mercy.
If they make a claim, I say, well, why do you say that? Or where's the proof? Or what makes you think that way?
So who wants to share how the author feels about death? Elissa?
He had a lot of pressure on him. Through like the entire poem, you felt pressure.
From who?
From like the author, because part of that was because of the decision making he had, because he either could just let the fawn die inside of her, or he could help, but he had the pressure on him, because it says.
Where is it that it says? Tell us so we can all look.
In stanza 4, it really shows how he had pressure on him, because it says he was turning red. Like, that could either mean from the glare of the light, or it could mean like how he's feeling. So when he has to make the decision, it's all pressure, basically, on him.
They're empowered to do things that they didn't even try to do before. They believe in themselves, and they didn't. Before, they didn't think to go on their own. It's teacher ask, I answer.
Traveling through the dark, I found a deer dead on the edge of the Wilson River Road, which was the Traveling Through the Dark poem on stanza 1, line 1 and 2. And that was like surprising because it's like you wouldn't see that just every day, normal stuff. And then our last one was I Thought Hard for Us All, My Only Swerving Then Pushed Her Over the Edge into the River, which was stanza 5 of Traveling Through the Dark. And that was like surprising because it was a baby fawn and either he had a chance to let it try help it but then it die on its own because it won't have its mom, or just push it over and have it like die on its mom.
Is your
And it
claim
was
shocking or surprising?
surprising?
Surprising. So is his actions surprising or death itself?
The actions of it.
Action that he did.
You can come up with any claim that you want to, and I tell them that. I don't care what the claim is, if it can be supported. If it can't, you need to find another claim.